Good evening, board members. For this evening's Accent on Academics, information will be shared about Yorktown Elementary and Yorktown Middle School's math education partnership with CNU. Yorktown Elementary School has partnered with Christopher Newport University freshman honor students for a mathematics tutoring program. CNU students learned instructional concepts and strategies related to teaching and learning in their seminar course, and then applied this knowledge when working with students under the supervision of their professor and YCSD staff. This partnership has expanded to include supporting students at Yorktown Middle School. This program between these two YCSD schools and CNU directly reflects a supportive culture to prepare our future-ready graduates. Dr. Kristen Bolam, Yorktown Elementary School principal, and Mr. Brian Fries, Yorktown Middle School's principal, will now introduce tonight's presenters. Dr. Bolam.
Good evening, Dr. Shandor, Madam Chair, members of the board. My name is Dr. Kristen Bolam, and I am honored to serve as the principal of Yorktown Elementary School. And I'm grateful for the opportunity to be here with all of you this evening to share the fine work of our students in this Accent on Academics presentation. I'm also grateful to Yorktown Elementary School staff members and Yorktown Middle School staff members, students and families who join us here this evening to celebrate our accomplishments. We're excited this evening to introduce you to a powerful partnership between our elementary and middle school Falcons and the CNU captains. When Dr. Custer first reached out to me in 2022 to inquire about the possibility of sending a group of his honors freshmen from Christopher Newport University to Yorktown Elementary School to engage in a math tutoring program, my response was an overwhelming yes. When initially conceived, we really imagined just a handful of students working together with our elementary students developing mathematical knowledge and skills, and the CNU students learning about the intricate relationship between teaching and learning. Over 2 years, Dr. Custer and I have grown this program, which has impacted almost 100 York County School Division students and over 50 CNU students. And this program has become about much more than academics, as you'll see this evening. Dr. George Custer, Associate Professor of Mathematics at Christopher Newport University, will now share more with you about this partnership.
Good evening. This partnership started in the fall of 2022 as a way to fulfill the field experience requirement for a course I created for freshman honors students. The course focuses on student thinking and learning and introduces the students to all the challenges that education faces across a variety of levels. I was seeking an authentic and supportive environment to immerse my students into the course content. And student thinking and learning can only effectively happen when students are witnessing that process firsthand and problem solving that process in real time. So actually being immersed into that course content is quite important. The elementary school setting provided an ideal place for that work to happen. It's also important that the content and strategies that the students were learning in the course were directly connected to and actually being implemented in the field experience. I reached out to Dr. Bolam, and we were both able to collaboratively create a program that was able to address the learning needs of our respective students. This collaboration, along with the ardent commitment of the teachers and administrators, has made this program really unique and truly a phenomenal experience for YCSD students and CNU students. Being able to discuss our needs and collaboratively work to find solutions really has enriched this experience and promoted positive benefits and outcomes for the students. The collaboration and commitment evidenced in the program's development and implementation has effectively bridged the gap between university-level instruction and elementary and middle school needs. And for YES, the success of the program is translated into gains in students' mathematical performance. And for CNU, the experience has confirmed their desires to work in education, has supported them in changing to that career path. And for many of the others, it provides just a solid, meaningful experience and way for students to engage in work and learn with the community. Kirsten McLeod, the elementary math coach at YCSD, will now speak about the steps taken to prepare the CNU students for their tutoring work.
Hi, I'm Kirsten McLeod, and I'm the elementary math coach for York County School Division. Before the CNU students worked with any of our children at Yorktown Elementary School, Dr. Bolam and Mr. Fries presented to their class at CNU to share information about our schools and to set expectations. Then I met with the tutors at Yorktown Elementary School. It was important for them to be prepared when the time came for them to work with our students. To continue this preparation, I sent Dr. Custer the components of the math investigation and the game that comprise the tutoring sessions each week, so that he could review and discuss it with his students before their visit to Yorktown. I really loved walking up and down the hallways on Wednesdays and seeing our students out there enjoying doing math.
As an aspiring educator, when I first heard about the opportunity to assist young children in their learning, I was ecstatic. I knew for certain that this was something I wanted to do. I was super nervous when I arrived for my first day of tutoring, but as soon as I walked through the doors of Yorktown Elementary and was greeted by some of the friendliest staff members I know, my worries became minimal. While I was still a tad bit nervous for what my tutoring experience would entail, as soon as I was greeted by the first graders, I knew that this would be the way I would want to spend my afternoons. The entire program is very organized with exceptional communication and support from the staff at Yorktown Elementary School and Dr. Custer. While tutoring every week, it is abundantly clear that you are making a difference in the children's lives, and there is no greater feeling than knowing you are impacting children's lives and making their day, even if just by a little bit, better. As a former YCSD student myself, there was no doubt in my mind that this program would be beneficial to not only the students that I was guiding in their learning, but to me too. Throughout my time tutoring thus far, I have learned classroom management skills as well as skills to help young learners with communication, math, and writing. All of these skills will prove extremely beneficial when I one day have a classroom myself. This entire experience has impacted me way more than I thought it would. No matter what was going on in my life, as soon as I walked through the doors of the classroom, I was greeted by the first graders I was tutoring who wanted to immediately know if they would be working with me that day, and my problems soon became non-existent. When I originally went to the interest meeting for this program last spring, I was told that when I went to my tutoring site, that to the young students, I would be the coolest person in the building that day. But I had no idea that it would actually be true. Seeing the smiles on the kids' faces when you walk through the door is one of the best feelings in the world, and I truly cannot wait to continue tutoring again this semester.
Mr. Easton was my tutor. I had so much fun with him, and he taught me a lot about math. I really understand it better now, especially subtraction and multiplication. My favorite part about working with Mr. Easton was that we got to play games. They were really fun, and I was always better than him.
Miss Victoria was my tutor. She was really special, and it was fun to learn with her. She taught me a lot about multiplication. It was a lot easier to learn when she was just working with me. I liked playing learning games with her, but my favorite part was when we talked about our lives on the way back to class. She was really cool.
Good evening. My name is Brian Fries, and I'm the principal of Yorktown Middle School. After the successful launch of the CNU partnership at Yorktown Elementary, Dr. Bolam, Dr. Custer, and I had the opportunity to work to expand the program to Yorktown Middle School this school year. Throughout the fall semester, we had about 10 CNU students volunteer to support our students in mathematics. These students are not currently enrolled in Dr. Custer's course, but wanted to give back to their community and support students, and we just welcomed our first second semester group 2 weeks ago. The CNU YCSD partnership demonstrates our strategic plan priorities of collective commitment and supportive culture. We have a shared investment in student outcomes and are actively engaged in meaningful collaborative relationships to support student success in welcoming and caring environments. Dr. Shandor and board members, this concludes our presentation. We are happy to take any questions at this time.
Personally, as a tutor myself over many years, I think this is absolutely wonderful, this collaboration for bringing young people into teaching, whether they go into teaching or not, learning that they can make a difference with young students and helping them, that they'll be able to carry on for the rest of their lives in tutoring others. And the young people who experienced it, seeing the smiles on your face and how much you enjoyed getting that help. It's always fun to work on harder concepts and difficult problems when you've got someone else helping you through it. So I think that's wonderful that y'all have done that. Thank you very much for having this program.
Yes.
Yep.
And I was just going to say, I remember in 2022 when this idea was brought out, it was the school board was briefed on the how you were going to do everything, and I was excited then. I'm even more excited now on how much it's worked. It's a win-win. I mean, for the students at CNU, for our students here in York County, it's it's really, it makes a positive impact on our community, our local community, and our students, and even the students at CNU. So I'm very proud of that, and I'm excited to hopefully keep that going. I'd like to see it at every school. I know we don't have enough colleges to go around, but certainly would love to see it expanded if possible. But great program. Thank you.
Yeah, so the only question I have is when are you going to expand to the Bruton zone? Yeah.
It's a little bit far away from Christopher Newport.
I just want to say thank you for doing this. It's a great honor to know that we're doing this for our children. And I'm so proud for all of those little ones behind that they participated and that they're doing well. So thank you for raising them right.
I just want to say I think that that whole concept is wonderful. And anytime you can make learning fun, which I know these CNU students do, they come in and they make it fun for the kids. The kids are going to learn and they're going to absorb. And I think it's great and love to see it expanded. I know there's only so many resources, but even maybe across other disciplines. It's a great idea. Thank you.
So to speak to that, we had one of our second semester students who started about the day before she started. Dr. Custer reached out and let me know that she'd just been accepted into the MAT program at CNU to be a future history teacher. So we have pivoted from math and put her in a history classroom. So trying to give her some early field experiences across grade levels and contents.
That's absolutely great. Dr. Shandor, do you have anything that you'd like to say?
No, just that I'm really proud of Ms. Bolam, or I'm sorry, Dr. Bolam and Mr. Freeze related to starting this program, but now expanding the program. I've had an opportunity to meet with Dr. Custer quite a few times as well during this process. What you didn't hear tonight is he's a very active parent at one of our elementary schools as well. Very proud parent. I think it's Tab Elementary, right? Which school? Mount Vernon. I should know that my own kids went to Mount Vernon. But we've got to know Dr. Custer very well. We've talked about additional opportunities coming forward. We know there's a national teacher shortage, so giving these kids this opportunity, hopefully some of them it lights a fire for them to help and teach students. So I loved hearing the young lady tonight talk about how she was nervous going into work with first graders. And I think we're all nervous when we first start working with kids. And but it's nice to see that passion come out. And we're impacting, as I think Mr. Richardson said, it's a win-win. It's a win for our kids and it's a win for CNU. So thank you so much for the program.
Thank you again.